This is not the Church of Latter-day Saints of Joseph Smith. This is the Church of Jesus Christ.
Payment of tithing is fire insurance. Nonetheless, the word of the Lord is clear that those who do not keep the commandments and observe the laws of God shall be burned at the time of his coming. For that shall be a day of judgment, a day of sifting, a day of separating the good from the evil. I would venture a personal opinion that no event has occurred in all the history of the earth as dreadful as will be the day of the second coming.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. Church news time, and it's just conference. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints stole Joseph Smith's religion after murdering him, replaced it, and have been using it to make a lot of money off of and to subject Mormons to bondage. This is what authoritarians do. They dumb down the people to keep them in slavery. This is why they miseducate you with misinformation and replacement of the scriptures. Anybody is capable of reading in the Book of Mormon where it says it's in the learning of the Jews. This means it is not Christian. Not just Trinitarian, but non-Trinitarian Christian. They lie to you about our Christ. The Jewish Christ is not Jesus. This is the con that they've been playing on all of us. 200 years. And the reason for the con is they've been telling us to overthrow the government. And they blame Jesus that's going to do it, even though it's blatantly obvious they're doing it. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been behind all of the attacks on the United States of America, directly and indirectly. The Council for National Policy is the secret combination in America that has been exposed and is tied to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints through the Skousen family representation. And so, Roe v. Wade getting overturned, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The Disrespect for Marriage Act, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The coup of the presidential elections, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. 2016 specifically. And now, the war in Ukraine. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Everything the church has overseen and gotten involved in, giving orders. And I know you didn't do the research, so you can't believe it's true. And then, as weapons of the church, you attack me, when all I'm doing is trying to warn you of the danger. Exactly what Joseph Smith did. But you replaced him And instead of a prophecy, you now claim that his second vision, which this is the Bicentennial year of, was just literal history. And so you miss all of the prophecies in the Book of Mormon, as you've turned it into literal history instead to replace it. This is how they dumb you down, lead you as lambs to the slaughter. I had a dumbass comment from a Mormon on a video where I talk about the slaughter and the sacrifice that you are forced to make with extortion of payment of tithing. That he says that Mormons should be willing to make a sacrifice for the Lord. Did you tell that to your little kids? We're gonna die today, kids. You're no longer gonna see your friends. You're no longer gonna be with your toys. You're no longer gonna see your favorite shows and movies that we have to watch on DVD because Hollywood's still shut down. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints thinks that your lives are a waste of time. You should have been serving them. You have fooled around in their eyes, pursued the wrong course in life, and therefore they have judged you as guilty and are going to murder you. And yeah, there's plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But the government is in chaos if you've been watching the news. So the message from General Conference is that because President Nelson has celebrated his 99th birthday, he says, "Dear brothers, sisters, and friends, we have cherished opportunities this coming weekend to attend or watch our semi-annual General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. General Conference weekends are two of my favorite weekends of the year. How I love meeting in the conference center." That used to be an old joke. Meetings, all throughout the week, with all who gather there. This weekend, however, he's bailing on you. I will be watching General Conference through technology, just as most of you will. 3 weeks ago, they never bothered to report it. They're now doing it now, 3 weeks later. 3 weeks ago, I fell and I couldn't get up. It's an old commercial. And injured my muscles in my lower back. This episode has while you were sleeping. That's a Sandra Bullock movie reference. Has reminded me of the reality that things sometimes change quickly in our lives. This photo of my counselors and me was taken I don't like that grammatical structure. It should be, I am me. So it should be, this photo of my counselors and I was taken. At the celebration of my 99th birthday, 2 days later, I fell. President Russell Marion Nelson, President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, fell. And great was the fall thereof. Thankfully, my healing is progressing. You're 99 years old. But my physician says we don't have much data on how 99-year-olds recover from an injury like this one. So I am prescribing a slow, careful approach to healing so that you achieve a full recovery. Having prescribed just such a course of action for many of my own patients years ago, I feel duty-bound to follow doctor's orders. He's blaming the doctor for abandoning you at conference. He's got a hillside that separates the conference center from his home in Bountiful. I am still not able to sit in a chair for long periods of time. However, I am hoping to record my general conference message and look forward to participating in this marvelous October 2023 General Conference through technology. So it's not television. You have to call it technology. I pray that each of us, wherever we may be, will approach this sacred weekend with our hearts full of gratitude for the privilege of hearing the gospel of Jesus Christ proclaimed by his servants. Yeah. Obey, pay, or die. That's the summation of the message. May this general conference be a time of joy and spiritual rejuvenation for you. I know that it will be for me. He couldn't just say he fell. He had to go in and throw other stuff in that makes me go, P.S. Elder Jeffrey R. Holland continues to recuperate from his recent health challenges episodes, and while improving, will participate in conference sessions by watching at home. On technology, the First Presidency and Quorum of the 12 Apostles sincerely appreciate the love and support offered by members and friends of the church around the world. Each is grateful for the prayers offered on their behalf to help sustain them in their ministry of testifying. You know what it's called? To bear false witness? It's in the Ten Commandments. It's a naughty no-no. It's in Deuteronomy, the law of the Jews, chapter 19. And it's sad that Mormons just refuse to just study. They get brainwashed into thinking that study means praying and getting a feeling. If you do not physically see your Christ before you, it's a false Christ. So the prophets have warned us that the second coming on the day that shall burn as an oven, will be the biggest event that the world has ever known. The most destructive event the world has ever known. The most life-shattering and changing that the world will ever know. And this is the bicentennial year. And because you don't believe that Joseph Smith is a prophet in the learning of the Jews, because you turned everything into literal history, you have no clue that this is it. How do you face your family? Because it's not just your life you're sacrificing. That's cowardice. To let your loved ones give their lives unknowingly, without their consent.